Hi, my name is Victor Cervantes, and I'm a vocal coach and a vocalist here at Inspire Music. And today I'm going to share with you the top 3 ways to instantly sing better. The top 3 ways to instantly sing better. Now, what does that mean? I'm not saying that right after this video that you're going to go out and get a record deal. You might, I don't know. I am saying though that these are 3 tips that can help you instantly sing better. Maybe you like to sing at church, or you want to sound better at your friend's karaoke party. I don't know. But if that's what it is, this is going to really help. Now, before we begin, I want to ask you to please press the subscribe button now and like this video if you want to see more of this great content. Okay, so let's go straight into it. So one of the first things that I like to tell my students when I first meet them, and one great tip to singing better instantly, is to sing the way you speak. And I know that sounds kind of funny, but it really is something that's very important. Many singers, they think this is my singing voice and this is my speaking voice. And that's just not true. We only have one voice. We have one mouth. So that is just not true. Now, why do I say sing like you speak? Because a lot of people, when they think they're singing in their singing voice, so to speak, they'll kind of like change it or manipulate the sound. So think of those choral singers that they love to sing in choir, and they'll be singing like Amazing Grace, and they'll kind of like darken their sound or make it sound kind of hooty, and they'll say, oh, this is my singing voice. Well, that's all very nice, but when you sing, you want to sound as authentic as possible. Now, don't get me wrong, this doesn't mean that it's not okay to emulate other artists. I really think that's good. If you have influences or other artists that you like to kind of like get some, vocal expertise from, like you like their sound, so you'll try to like sound like them, emulate or copy. That's okay, because that's a good way to kind of learn about your own voice. But in the end, you want to have your own original sound. A very authentic sound is what we're going for. So let me give you an example. So I started off with Amazing Grace, kind of hooty and kind of like, I'm exaggerating, of course, but like Amazing Grace, okay? But if I say it, one exercise I really like to do is I'll just say it. I say it and I'll recite it as if I was reciting to an audience. So I'll say the lyric, Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound. And that's the way I speak. So when I sing, I'll use that same way and pronunciation. So I'll sing, Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound. And you see, it's instantly a lot better because it's really me. It's coming from my heart. This is the way I sing. This is the way I speak. I think a lot of big stars would share with you that authenticity is what really makes the singer and really makes the record when they're recording their music. So I'm saying that to you right now. Sing the way you speak. Don't make it sound the way you think singing is. Rather, use your own voice and create your own sound. Okay, here's number 2. And this is something that I often say in my lessons, okay? And here it comes, okay? Open your mouth. Open your mouth. I know it sounds so simple, but it isn't. And the reason I say that is because I have told every student to open their mouths. Now, this is often a problem because a lot of singers, even if they have talent, will kind of sing within themselves. What I mean by that is they'll kind of mumble or sing the words to themselves, and they're making some noise with their mouth, but they're listening to themselves in their own head. And the reason they do this is because they're hearing themselves in their inner ear, and it sounds good. It actually sounds good out here too, but it's not loud enough. It's not full enough. So one quick trick to sounding better as a singer is to open your mouth, open what we call the articulators. We're talking about our teeth and our tongue and our mouth and the jaw, to really open that sound up. And that alone can create a new sound for you. So when I say open your mouth, I even mean for microphone work. You might sing at your church and use a microphone, or you might sing at a karaoke party and use a microphone. You still need to open your mouth to get that better sound. So one way that I like to open the mouth is I'll tell my students to smile. Now, a lot of teachers will say, my voice teacher actually, and she was fabulous, I have to say. But one of my vocal teachers when I was young used to call it the inside smile. And really it's just a smile. So I would say use your teeth, show a little teeth, and open that jaw, and just let the sound out with a brightness to it. So like I'll use that song again, Amazing Grace. So, Amazing Grace. See how when I use my teeth, I will get more of a bright sound, and that's also opening the mouth. Now, I know the song won't always be a happy one. If you're singing like maybe an Adele song, it might be a sad song, but you can still use that technique and show a little teeth and still have a serious sound. To go along with opening your mouth, I also like to tell people to really loosen that jaw or drop the jaw. A lot of people talk about dropping the jaw, but it's also about loosening the jaw, keeping it real loose. One habit that we have as maybe a beginner singer is that we'll lock the jaw forward. And once we lock that forward, it's stuck. It wants to stay there because we're so nervous. We're locking all that sound in. So you want to I like to sometimes, while I'm singing, I'll move my jaw and to make sure that I'm nice and loose and relaxed. And it's actually kind of fun to do because the more flexible you are here, the easier it is to sing. Have you ever recorded yourself and you hear your voice and you're like, oh my gosh, is that what I really sound like? Yes, it is. That's what you sound like when you speak or you sing. So your sound is so much better when you're singing out and forward and opening your mouth really wide. Finally, the reason we open our mouths is because ultimately we want to hear you. We want to hear you sing. We're your audience. And a lot of times when we're singing or when a singer is singing, we might feel a little bit intimidated and we might feel a little shy. And so we think that people don't really want to hear us. It's not true. We want to hear you sing. It's exciting. You're taking us on your journey. We want to go with you. So sing out, sing forward, sing out to your audience. Don't just sing inside of your head. Sing out here. Okay, here's number 3. Keep your voice consistent. Don't fade out. What do I mean by that? When you're singing a phrase, like a phrase of a song, you don't want to fade out at the end and just disappear. This is a dead giveaway that you might be newer to singing. If you want to sound like a professional, you sing all the way through the phrase to the very end of the phrase. And all of it is going to be audible. In other words, you're not going to disappear. You want to try, when you're singing your phrase, to sing as if the whole thing is about the same volume, the phrase itself. Does this mean that I'm trying to take away from dynamics? No way. Sometimes you're going to sing something that has the beginning might be a little soft and then it's going to build, and then in the chorus you're going to explode with this huge vocal. That's okay. I'm not talking about that. What I'm trying to say is when you're in one phrase of a song, you want to be consistent all the way through. We call it the vocal line. You want to sing all the way through the vocal line and through the sound. So for example, I'm going to use that song again, Amazing Grace. So when I sing the phrase, I keep my voice the same. Amazing grace, how sweet. See, I finish the phrase all the way through. And when I do that, it's more pleasing for the audience. They're listening to me sing. The same for you. When you sing for us as your audience, we want to hear the whole thing. Now, when you fade out, it disappears for us. And that's not as pleasing. So your voice is important. We want to hear all of it. Now, why does this happen? Have you ever met a young kid, maybe like 3, 4, or 5, and they'll tell you a story? So they'll like come running to you and they'll say, "Hey, Victor, did you know we went to the park and then there was a big dog and the dog licked my face?" And then they get louder and louder. And what is the first thing we do? We tell them, use your inside voice. Shh, use your inside voice. So since we're young, we're trained once we hear our voice or we hear it get a little loud or something to pull the voice in. This is not what we, like as a voice teacher, I actually work against this training that our parents and our grandparents and everybody else, including me, the way we talk to kids, we train them to pull their voices in. As a voice teacher, I train you to bring your voice out and to sing all the way through the phrase. A term that we use a lot in music is called legato. Legato is Italian for smooth and connected through the phrase all the way through. And this is an instant way that we can improve our singing, is if we can sing through that phrase. Now, a lot of people will also drop notes when they're singing, like "Amazing Grace," and they'll drop the note, and they think that it sounds really cool, or they've heard it on the radio or something like that. But if you really listen to professional singers on the radio, they don't do that. I want you to, that's the challenge I'm going to give to you right now, is listen to your favorite singers and really raise the volume and see, are they really singing through the phrase? And you'll notice that big stars, that's what they do. They sing all the way through that phrase. And that's what makes them sound so very good and makes them sound professional. Okay guys, well, I hope you enjoyed my video. Like I said, this is my first video. I am very excited to be doing this. I've been wanting to do this for quite some time, and I hope that this video can be inspiring to you. So today, I want you to try to implement these things and go out there and start singing. Thank you.